It's the first Landlord investment show of 2019 and there is such a landlord buzz here, over 4,000 landlords through the door today, and we've come along to the Baya Financial stand and I'm joined by Jackie and Ellie. And ladies, amazing to see the turnout here today, isn't it? Have you had a good day?
A really, really good day. Hadn't expected the volume of traffic, particularly with the auditoriums being near us. It's literally been gridlocked. So fabulous. Loads of inquiries.
That's good.
Loads of interesting inquiries.
That's very good to hear because, you know, there is kind of sentiment that the buy-to-let sector is contracting, but you're not finding that, Ellie?
No, not at all. This year has been so busy. We've had so many inquiries. I think investors are looking at it from a completely different point of view. There are so many opportunities out there, and actually we've kind of got to separate Brexit from what's going on in the actual housing market, and I think it's definitely business as usual as far as we're concerned.
Well, that's very good to hear. Jackie, how important is it, do you think, for landlords and property investors to take a day out of their business and come along to an event such as this, where there's so much learning opportunity, so many suppliers to meet, and really, really raise their game?
I think it's really important. When Ellie said that she wanted us to do the events this year, we didn't realise how much time it would actually take to get involved in it. But even for us, the learning, having the different stands here, where it makes a difference to what the information that we're delivering. Had a client here who's got a problem tenant, did a little walk around and found somebody that can resolve that for her, so I'll give her a ring tomorrow and tell her that. But you can never stop learning, especially at the moment. It's such a fluid market. Lenders coming in and out, you've got the peer-to-peer, which we didn't have that long ago, and I think the more research that you do, the more options that you have open to you.
That's a very good point, yes. Ellie, what are you finding that landlords and property investors are interested in? Is there any strategies that you're finding are working really well in the current market conditions?
Yeah, I think people are really interested in the tax changes and how to mitigate those tax changes against their income, so that's a really interesting conversation that we're having at the moment. And also I think people are looking a little bit outside of the box about other different types of properties, maybe getting into different markets that they hadn't thought of before. So we're getting lots of inquiries about that as well. People aren't really interested in standard buy-to-let so much anymore because the yield's not enough, and with the tax changes that are happening particularly, they need different strategies. I think that's where we can help them. That's the conversations we've been having today.
Well, I was going to say that's where you guys come in, because it's professional, insured, regulated advice, and a lot of the sector, the property sector, is unregulated. That's dangerous certainly for newcomers, but coming to a professional brokerage like yours is actually, in my opinion, it's a risk mitigation strategy.
It's also a time cost mitigation. I'm personally refinancing my portfolio at the moment, and I use a broker because I don't have the time to manage the lender questions, the solicitor questions, and I think people look at the fees involved. We're not a charity, but most of us work a lot of hours without payment, and if we don't get it to formal offer, then we don't charge anything. You'd never get that from an accountant or a solicitor, but I do think that the amount of deals that we do means that we've usually seen something in a case that might be a curveball to some brokers we've covered with other cases.
Oh yeah, I was just going to completely agree. I think that in the market that we're in at the moment, I think people are more conscious about cost, and I think as lenders expand and the number of lenders that are coming into the market gets bigger, and the specialist market, the specialist broker market, is increasing as well. I think it's really important to find a broker that really understands what it is that you're looking to do. And we, as Jackie said, it's normally a been there, done that. So if a client comes to me with an example, I can normally give them an example back again of something that I've done that's similar, which gives them comfort in knowing that we're able to deal with that. But it means that, like you say, you're mitigating that risk. And especially with newcomers to the market, we're seeing a lot of first-time investors coming in. There's a lot of property mentorships going on. You know, we're seeing clients that are starting to take on their coaching other clients. So people are coming into the market, and I think because of everything else that's going on, they're jumping straight to possibly an HMO or commercial or something like that. They don't want to do the normal step-by-step process, in which case you've got to think about your power team around you and make sure that you've got people that really know what they're doing, and you can trust that, and they're going to do the right thing by you. So
I totally agree.
Sorry to interrupt. If you're not careful, you've got somebody, all they're interested in is getting a quick fix and getting their income. But we really are interested in the long term for a property like Aidan and Rob over there. We've worked with them, as you have as well. And we want to keep working on a long term with people who want to build their portfolios. And they can go into the scope of our business now, I'm doing a private school, which is 8.5 million including development, and our smallest case this year was 47,000. So we really do have a broad range. We don't judge people on where their portfolio is. If that's where they need to start, that's where they need to start, and we will give as much into that as they do to the big cases. We don't discriminate, because proportionately that could be their shirt. Even at 47,000, that still could be their shirt if they're only a youngster and it's the first time in. So we treat everybody with total respect all the way through.
I was going to say, tell us a little bit about Baya Financial, because you're all lady brokers.
We are. Baya Financial's been going just a year, although we've been considerably more years in the market. I owned a company called Hive Financial and decided to move away from that last year, and with it all the men. We're a power team. We stand by each other. We all have the same goals, we have the same integrity. I know absolutely that I can trust these girls with my life, so that means that my business reputation relies on that, and that's extremely important to a business owner. So Never got anything bad so far, have we? We've done all right.
Nothing.
So I guess if we finish off here, there is negativity about buy-to-let in the marketplace. We know there's government intervention, probably likely to be more. But it seems that from the coalface here at the Landlord Investment Show, landlords are feeling positive. They are looking to grow. They are looking to move on up, and they've got all the support and the help that they need right here today.
Definitely, I completely agree with you. I think it's business as usual, but if anything, busier than normal. The first 3 months of this year were the busiest that we've had in terms of new inquiries. So onward and upwards. Looking forward to the rest of the year.
Definitely. And the same for solicitors and lenders.
Yeah.
We know of lenders that are doing 12-hour days. There is a lot of business there. So one way or the other, people know their pension pots aren't doing as well as their properties long term. So they're more than happy to stay in it.
Well, that's fantastic. It's been lovely speaking to you ladies here at the Landlord Investment Show. We've been talking to Baya Financial, and I guess you'll be looking to come back to the show again in the future.
We're back on the 13th of June. And interestingly, we're 9 days off the Brexit date, and if the extension is put in, we'll be in exactly the same position then.
Wow.
Because end of June is the delay date, isn't it? So all interesting times.
Very interesting times. Thank you very much for talking to me here at the show. Thank you.